And I think a lot of the creative spaces in Indian cinema are very much now connected with how to produce your film, how to get your film out to the audience. I think all the traditional ways are being disrupted, and there's a lot of today's filmmakers really have to very actively engage with. I mean, that actually brings me to a film that I wanted to mention now is, for example, Lucia by Pawan Kumar. And I think, relatively speaking, I mean, the little that I get to see in Bombay, I get the feeling that, for example, Tamil cinema is far more inventive and risk-taking, and its audiences are willing to look at different kinds of stories. Maybe more, I think, maybe even much more risk-taking than I get to see in Bollywood. I don't know if Kannada cinema is used to taking as many risks with its audience, whether its audience will support that kind of. It's a little more conservative, I think, even though its storytelling is often very powerful. And Lucia was a really wonderful example of an artist who was really very actively willing to engage with, with large numbers of people for crowdfunding. You know, you have to be a Facebook guy to make a film, and then getting the film out, doing the festival circuit, in a very, very active way, engaging with the audience. And I think it might lead to really strange things. I don't know, I met him just 2 days ago, and he was telling me it's something that he's struggling with, and he's thinking aloud. I don't know if he'll actually do it. He's wondering if his next film would have to be in Tamil. I don't know that he'll make it like that, but he's wondering what might be another way to find a larger audience than the Kannada audience that saw Lucia. I mean, it's not new or unusual at all. I mean, Manisha has been doing it for so long. I mean, making this extraordinary, I don't know what Manisha's ability is in Hindi, but surely it's a very different language from what he has grown up with. And then to make this extraordinary, talented films to make, you know, films like Ravanan or Yuva Ayatayatu, to actually shoot a bilingual film. And a film like Ravanan actually, you know, it's talking of creative space and how you're actually negotiating that to reach the audience. It's to look at, for example, just imagine, he's making Ravanan, so he's making it in Hindi and making it in Tamil. He's shooting every scene twice in one language and then the next language. But get this, it's with a different cast. And then it's in these locations like this huge waterfall and really, really difficult locations. And imagine the complexity he's building for himself to carve out these creative spaces for himself and get those spaces to reach the audience, right? It's extraordinary level of skill. So it's not unheard of at all to try a different language or a wider audience than you would have in your own local setting. But it's the challenges that filmmakers set up for themselves and are willing to actually negotiate. So, I mean, what was really interesting about Lucia is, of course, that you have an usher and a theater so it's also a film-related stories, film set story, who then takes his drug and has this fantasy life, creates a space in his head, a life in his head, and what happens when the two merge. Can we take a look at Lucia, please?